Hey guys, so when I pull up in a van like this, the first thing I usually ask is, where's the body? No, I'm just kidding. When we're doing this for real, we obviously don't say stuff like that. We're not joking ever when it comes to that kind of stuff. But when I pull up to a restaurant or something like that, it's kind of funny. They kind of give you a look like, what? So anyway, this is our Exit Biohazard Cleanup van. It's one of them. We've got a few different vehicles we use. I'm going to give you a tour of what's inside. It's sort of like Cribs, but with death cleanup and a van, not a house. You follow? Let me give you a little tour of what's going on inside here. It's a little bit of a mess, as always. So the first thing you'll notice is our glove rack, small, medium, and large. Our tape to cover up our gloves so they don't fall off. We always wear two sets of gloves. One that we put on and tape to our suit. The other one goes on top of that. And that way, if we get anything on those outer gloves, we take those off, we still have completely clean hands. And under that is our perfectly pristine, magical human hands that are nice and clean and not contaminated by anything. Very important. So let me just show you more of what's going on. First aid kit, absolutely important to have. We even have some Narcan in there. Narcan is just in case somebody touches something for some unknown reason that they could OD on. So, you know, things like that are not very common in our industry, but you know what? I'd rather have it on the van than not have it on the van. You know, we do some ODs, you know, so you'll go into a situation, again, we're completely covered from head to toe, as if we're going in to fight Ebola, but you know, a little bit of fentanyl can kill you. Just a few tiny little granules of it is enough to kill a person. So just in case, we like to have the Narcan on tap, just in case. Or for some other reason, if somebody else touches something that when we get there, they weren't wearing protective gear, and you just never know. Just good to have it on the van. Fire department will give it to you. It's all good. We're going to get in here a little bit more, but these are just big old heavy things to chip up floors, because a lot of times, you know, people melt. So if we're there 3 to 5 days after they've died, a lot of times they've put some liquid into the ground. Okay, meaning they've sort of started to liquefy, they bleed out, and sometimes you only see a little bit of a mess about yay big, a little bit of contaminants, but the entire floor has to come up, because what happened is it seeps in through that little spot there, and it's about 12 feet long of a trail of human bodily fluid. So if we don't get that up, you're going to know it sooner or later, because you're going to call us back because something smells terrible. Okay, but our job is to get all contaminants up and out. So anything that is considered a biohazard like that, human bodily fluids, has to go. Whether it's we chip up the floor, the subfloor, the floor underneath that, the basement, whatever it goes. You know, we've had some where they come down, you know, multiple stories. All right, let's get in here and see what we've got. Besides a little bit of a mess. I drive a little crazy, so. All right, as you can see, like Ryobi tools, got lots of chemicals. We have disposable vacuums. We also have HEPA filter vacuums. We've got combs. We've got paper towels. We've got boots, of course. And also a red headband, which I wear all the time in this weather. So, like I said, it's a bit of a mess, but let's take a look. All right, so first thing we always need is our let's get down. Our safety suits. Okay, we've got multiple different safety suits, different sizes. We've got shoe protectors, face shields, new respirator filters, all kinds of tape from Caution Tape, and then we also have some earplugs in case we're using some tools, some eye stuff, eye protective gear. We have lots of PPE. That's the whole point. In here we've got all kinds of little extra chemicals. In here some bags, our red bags. Anything that's biohazard goes into a red bag, which actually goes into one of our bio boxes. So let's get this out here. So bio boxes is big here, and they get put out, and usually, you know, a decomp or something like that might take, you know, only a couple, or sometimes it might take 8. You just never know. It depends on how much of the floor you have to remove and all that good stuff. Another shop vac, brooms, mops, things like that. Again, everything in here for the most part is either cleaned and disinfected, or it's disposable. When I say that, I don't mean all the tools, of course, but I mean like brooms and things like that. Sometimes it's a lot cheaper to throw them out. So these are our bio boxes. Okay, so the red bags go in the bio box. Sometimes we'll add another bag in there if it's a really heavy job on the smelly side of things. You can see a lot of our chemicals down there. We have tons of different chemicals we use for different things. Disinfectants, enzyme cleaners, different things like that. And up here we've got a couple little weird things like the wasp and hornet spray. We've got some off in there, and then we have some odor control type chemicals. And we've got lots of doubled up stuff. Like, you know, right here is just a bunch of filters for our respirators. All right, there's some respirators right there. They shouldn't really be sitting the way they are, but they are. This is an ozone generator I made from scratch. That thing comes in handy when you have a really bad odor issue and you're trying to deal with it. Put that on that for about 12 to 15 hours. Nobody could be in there when that's happening, but it does get rid of the smell quite a bit. Then we also have blowers for the floor to dry out things, or just to circulate some air, different sprayers and foggers. Now, there's a cooler down there. We always need lots of water in Louisiana because it is brutal in here when it comes to, sorry for the spinning here, when it comes to the weather. So you'll see, you know, first thing we'll do is we'll put on our boots after we've dropped off, say, some boxes and stuff to the front door area, or depending where we're going. We have a bunch of tools in here. These are like our most used tools, and we have more tools down here in this guy here. You'll notice everything has a biohazard sticker on it. That means that these things have been disinfected and cleaned, but they are used for biohazard only, and you know, they may end up being contaminated in the scheme of things. So anything that has a biohazard sticker on it obviously could be contaminated. So go back to my boots. All right, and then we've got all kinds of fun stuff in these drawers. Everything from extra sponges and things like that to gloves of every kind, not disposable gloves, but, well, everything's disposable, like I said. But we've got, like, you know, Kevlar sleeves in case you're cutting stuff and you want to protect your arms. We've got all kinds of different kinds of gloves for moving stuff. Also, we have in there some really expensive gloves that are for, you know, needle. They stop needle pricks and things like that. Some disposable masks. I'm not sure why there's that in there, but there is. Realistic. So in here is a combination of some electrical and some plumbing type stuff in case we need to deal with a toilet or something like that we got to remove, because a lot of times we got to remove a cabinet, sink, everything, toilets, some air stuff. Oh, these are more suits down there. So this is not everything we have, but obviously we have quite a bit of stuff. You know, but it's an interesting job, I will tell you that. Now, under that seat down in there, you can't really see it, but there's everything from water gear, you know, rain gear, to who knows what else. Different tools that we use. Another vacuum, tarps.
Okay, one of my things that I came up with since I used to work in the restaurant industry was these. These are one of my favorite things in the world. Can you guess what those are for? They got little lids. They're perfect for scraping up brains or extra lots of blood and stuff like that, because you can't really slop that stuff all over the place. We work very clean when we work. That's the whole point. You're not want to spread it around like you're cleaning a house or something like that. So what I realized is that, you know, those containers are great because, one, they're sealed. They all go in the bio boxes, of course, but the thing that's cool about them is that they, you know, it's a nice sturdy container to scoop brains and blood into. So that always works. So this is our truck. Again, it's just a little quick tour. Hope you guys enjoy.